I'm gonna be sharing with you my completed pages for the month of November 2025. And yeah, I'm a little late to the party. It's the 5th of December and I'm just recording now today, but that's because weekends are normally my days off when I can only worry about my coloring and doing the things that I really love. So yeah, this is the time to do it, and I'm gonna try to have it up on the channel as soon as I finish recording this. So yeah, it was a really good month. I enjoyed my coloring. I feel like I really participated a little bit more with the coloring community in general, because sometimes I feel like I'm a little corner alone, but this time I was able to participate in 3 different hashtags that I really wanted to participate, and I had 2 body colors. It was my way to say goodbye to autumn, and I'm really excited to start my winter coloring pages. After I finish recording this video and doing the editing that I need to do, I will start coloring my winter pages and to plan everything. So yeah, it is going to be a really fun weekend. So yeah, I colored, as I said. So here I have this, my coloring book planner, my coloring planner. And I did, as I said, 2 different body colors. I participate in 3 different hashtags. I've colored in 7 pages, and those pages were in 7 different books, so 1 page per book. I have a total of 26 uncolored books and 51 books in total in my collection, and I've colored in 5 different uncolored books, untouched books, which is phenomenal. I'm so excited about that. And yeah, I did some shopping. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4 books, and I was gifted 2. So I have 6 new books in my collection, but those were really needed books. And I'm really happy to have them, all of my books, my new books in my collection. I decided to start coloring in some of those new books right away as soon as they were here, and the other ones are, I have them planned. I plan to color in them this winter season, so they won't be untouched for long. So yeah, so let me start with my coloring pages. So first, to change a little bit the dynamic of this video, so some people on my videos has been asking about how I choose color palettes for my completed pages, and how I decide my colors and everything. So I decided to show you my reference illustrations, because when I color, I usually plan my pages, and to plan my pages I go through Pinterest, and I look for inspiration images or reference images that inspire me to color those pages, or that are suitable for the mood of the page. Let me get this organized. So I go through Pinterest and I look for pages that have the mood that I want to put on the pages I want to color. So yeah, I don't usually use color palettes, like only with the colors that you can use. I don't like those, because I like to see how colors behave as a whole, a scene, and how I can integrate all those colors together. So yeah, so I decided to show you those pages. So I did print them, but usually I don't use them like this on paper, because I have my screen here on my desk, and while I'm coloring I just look to the screen. But this time, because I wanted to show you my reference images, I decided to print them, but they look awful. I don't really like how my printer is printing. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you the book, what I've colored in the book, and the reference image. If I have one, I'll put it on the screen so you can see where those colors come from, or in what way did I use them, just to give you an idea of how I use my color palettes and how I decide to color a page. I don't know, to make something different, right? Wait, I can breathe. Okay. My goodness. I'm gonna grab my coloring planner and I leave it right here. I'm gonna leave it right here so I can see what I've used. There. So the first book, it's a new book to me, and this is Boules by Diane Defoe. So my French is not the best. Actually, I don't know any French. This is the name of the illustrator, and it's by Hatchet Heroes. You already know this book. Actually, I bought this book because I've been watching lately a lot of your coloring confessions tag videos, and this book was popping in a lot of those videos, and I was really intrigued. And I really liked the illustrations when people was flipping through the book, and yeah, I decided to give it a go. So it arrived this month, and I decided I really wanted to color on it at least one page on the autumn season. And I didn't realize how small it was on those videos, because usually people just zoom in to the book, but when it got here, I was so impressed of how little it was. It's a really cute book. I love it. And this is the page I've colored. Let me zoom you in, like everybody does. And this is the page I've colored. I decided to start using this. I don't know if you know Jassy Doodle Designs, but she used to put these like tags on her books with the date of the month when it was colored, because I don't really like perturbing my completed page, writing something on it. I just don't like it, but I've been doing it because I didn't know where to put the date on my pages, so I decided to give it a go with this method. Let's see if I like it. Maybe I won't, maybe I do, we don't know. So this is the page I've colored, and I've used a reference image. I'll put it here on the screen. Let me see it. So the colors I saw on that reference image were really muted, and I decided to just give it a twist and make the colors more vibrant. I used Neocolor tools for the background, only for the sky, and all the rest is colored with Prismacolor pencils. I kept the idea of the black cats, but just only in 3 different cats, and then I decided to go gray for a little bit more variety on the page. And I tried to make some stars in the sky, and I used a gel pen for that. I used the Lango gel pens. I did with a white Lango gel pen the whiskers of the cats, the kitties. And it was a really simple page. I wasn't worried about any illumination, any texture and everything. I did the cats just simple because the style of Diane's Defoe illustrations is really cartoony, so I thought it was suitable for this kind of shading in animals. But maybe, I don't know, if I feel like coloring some furs any other day, that will be fine too. As I said, I use Prismacolor pencils for the shading and the color pencil work. I mean the pencil work, but I also use some shades of the Chromaflow set. Usually when I use greens, I like some of the more. Let me organize myself. I like to use some colors of the Chromaflow set on greens because I like the variety of colors on greens, and there are some really deep colors that I love. So I always mix them when I color greenery or something green in general. And in the reference, the pumpkins really like muted, but here on my page they are like pow, vibrant yellow. And yeah, it's because I don't know how to color pumpkins. I'm trying to figure it out, my color combo for pumpkins, but it looks nice. Yeah, it was a relaxing page because it was simple. It took me a while because I was doing all my shading with colored pencils and I didn't do any basing, but it was fun. And of course I love to color kittens. I love cats. This cat looks particularly like my cat Kiwi. One day I will show you a picture of all of my 4 cats because I love them so much. And yeah, it's a really cool page. It's really cute. All the cats are really cute. This kitty is so cute. Look at his face. Yeah. And I'm planning to color a lot in this book on the winter section. I have this page I really want to color, and this other page. I like her cats. As you can see, I like how she draws cats, and I want at least 3 pages on the winter section done by the end of winter. And there is another one. Oh, this one. I think it's a really elegant page. So yeah, you will see more of this book. Oh my goodness, I forgot this. Yeah, because I forgot Neocolor tools. When you use them with a lot of pigment, it goes to the other page. I need to erase that. So that was my first page. Next one is in the book Petit Poupées, and this is by Hatchet Little Heroes, and the illustrator with my great French is Capucine Sivignon. Here I have some subscribers like that speaks French. Please. My goodness, wait. Don't be mad at me if you see how I pronounce her name. I'm trying my best. So, oh my goodness. I think I don't know how to explain it, but my saliva went to my lungs. And this is the page I've colored excuse me, for the November Nov Matte Tea Party hashtag 2025, Nov Matte Tea Party 2025, and this is hosted by Finding Joy in Color, Crafting Mama Bear, Soldier Wood Colors, and Julian Annette Art. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name or her Instagram account, but I'll put it on the screen. And I thought this was such a fun hashtag, and I really love Alice in Wonderland. Everything related to Alice in Wonderland, I really like it. Like I'm those like the weird girl on school that was in love with Tim Burton's movies, or Alice in Wonderland, the first version, and then the live action. I like those. I was into coloring, I was into drawing at that time, so yeah, I was a weirdo on my school. But this is the page I've colored, and here I'll put the reference image. So I really like the background on that reference, so I tried to include it in this page. And I like how all the colors are behaving with him in general, so I decided to give it a go. And I based everything with alcohol markers, but just a normal base, like no shading at all. And then I use my Prismacolor pencils on top, and I went crazy and I decided that I wanted some shine and glitter, so I decided to use gel pens for some of the leaves to make it look fun. Here. And you know what, it was kind of difficult to figure out what colors did I like the most for coloring him, because when I was looking for references for the Cheshire cat, so you have the live action version, but in the old version of the movie, when you see a lot of different images, his color with different color palettes. I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes he's coloring in one way, and then on the other page and the other reference that I saw, he wasn't with another color. So I just chose the one that I liked the most, or was suitable for this color palette, and I like the result. He looks cute. I made the mistake of coloring his teeth yellow, but let's say that I did it because of the mood of the illustration. So nothing it will be really white. I don't know, or maybe it was on purpose. You don't know. But let's say it was on purpose. But yeah, I did the mistake of coloring his teeth yellow, but I don't really mind. It looks like it was on purpose. So yeah, it's a fun page. I haven't colored something really vibrant or colorful in a long time, so I thought this was the best opportunity. And I was trying to portray the scene when the Cheshire cat is showing Alice the portal to go to see the Red Queen. So I'm imagining that this glow here that really looks like a sunset or something is because he's opening the door and the light is reflecting to everything. So I don't know, it was such a fun concept. But yeah, this is my page. Next book is Spooky Coloring Adventures of Witch Cat, and this is by Sarah Chepchik. And I've been wanting to color in this book for a really long time. In this one and my spooky coloring book, this other one too. I have both, and both were untouched. But my biggest concern, or why I wasn't touching this book, is because I really wanted to color Delilah, the cat. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to color Delilah as she's on the covers, like a black cat, or I wanted to color her as one of my kids, my cats. My first idea was to color Delilah as my cat Charlie, my little baby, but Charlie has a really weird pattern on her face and on her tail, so I thought that was going to be difficult to try to integrate those colors and different patterns and combine the temperature of the colors I wanted to create on the scene with Charlie's patterns. I don't know if I'm explaining myself, but I thought it was kind of difficult. It was too advanced. So this time I decided to color Delilah as one of my other cats, Kiwi. So Kiwi is a gray cat, and I decided I'm gonna color Delilah as my cat Kiwi. And this is the page I've colored. So I colored this one for another hashtag. This hashtag was WitchCatSpooky2, and this is hosted by Christina's Art Corner, and this is a color along. They're trying to color the whole book. And this is the page that was chosen for November, and I really love the page, so I really wanted to color it, so I included it on my plans. And yeah, I had a couple of reference images too, and when I was looking for reference images, I saw that in most of those beautiful camping scenes, like landscapes surrounding like on the forest with mountains and trees and everything, I saw that the sky had this sort of nebula happening on there. So I really wanted to recreate that on my page, but I didn't know how to do that with color pencils or other mediums that I have, like wet mediums. So I don't know, this time I thought it was a good I can play with my acrylic paints, and this is what I did. So I used acrylic paints for the sky, and here you have a moon, two different moons. But to make my process easier, I decided just to cover those. I wasn't sure if I was going to put them back again, like maybe with acrylic markers or something, but I decided that it looks good already without those two moons. It would have been perfect to put them here, but I really like my sky, so I decided not to include them. And it's purely done with acrylic paints and a little bit of acrylic marker on top, just to make some parts brighter. And then I use a lot of acrylic marker to do the dots of the stars and the shooting stars. Then I saw in those images, the reference images, that the background, the part that is really far, is mostly color with the like with colors reflecting the sky. So I decided to use a variety of shades of blue or indigo color. So I decided to use alcohol markers only on that part, because when I color like illumination stuff in general, lighting effects, I feel more confident coloring those with my color pencils. And I thought it was going to be difficult to try to do some shading with my alcohol markers, including the light effects I wanted to create. So I decided to just color the parts that were in touch but the light here in this illustration with alcohol markers, and then I did all this other part that is more like near the front with my color pencils. That's why it's separated. And yeah, I like the result. I had a little mistake. There was here a tree, but while I was doing my acrylic sky, I dropped my pencil on top of this tree, and my only way to cover it was to use an acrylic marker on top. And the first shade that I used was horrible. It wasn't cohesive with the rest. So I went on top with another one, and then I tried to do some shading like the mountains here or the trees with color pencil, which was really difficult. But it's too dark that you almost notice that that tree is there. It almost looks like it's part of the sky. But because it's too dark, I almost don't notice that it's there. So it's fine. And here, so I use color pencils in all this foreground. but I decided to give a little bit more texture to the rocks and the creatures here. So I use acrylic markers to make like moss on top of them and here on this rock, because the illustration also had the indication of moss like that. So I thought it was going to be more interesting to use acrylic markers, and I covered the lines here on the fire, and I did these little details. And yeah, I like my fire. It looks interesting and not plain. And I use acrylic marker here too to make it look like transparent. I use the acrylic marker and then I use a brush to make it less opaque. If that's the word. But yeah, I'm really happy with this page, and the reference images really helped me to decide what to do with the parts that were really far from the main focus. So I hope to keep coloring the lilac with the colors I've used, and it's a lovely scene. I like this page like for New Year. Like it makes me feel New Year vibes. Because maybe because of those stars, these little creatures look like fireworks. And this dragon makes me remember a Chinese dragon. Maybe because of that. I don't know. Maybe we can color this one for January. I mean, a New Year. But it's a lovely book, and I'm really happy that I finally made up my mind to color the lilac of my cat Kiwi, so I can start coloring this one and Spooky, the first one. Next book I have to show you is in Cute Chibi Creature Coloring, and this is illustrated by Phoebe I'm, and this here. This is more of a relaxing book to me. I like to color in this book when I feel like I want a quick win. And this was a body color with my friend KARU at my Star Seed. I'm gonna put her name on screen in case you want to go check her work, which I thought would recommend because she's really skilled with alcohol markers and water-based markers. I really like her job and how she managed to shade with that medium, and I'm not confident at all with those. So her skills really impress me and inspire me too, and you will see why. So this is the page that we decided to color, the red panda, and I'm gonna put her version here on the other side. And we went kind of opposites in a way. So she decided to go for this beautiful bright sky blue, or like blue sky. And her panda really pops, and I love how the red panda contrasts with all the elements that are behind him. And she said that she went really traditional with the colors, but I think those colors are really effective for this image, for this illustration. And I love how she did all her shading with her markers. And also, if you can see, the little panda has little strokes of fur on the tail and also on his body, and that makes it look super cute and fluffy. I really like her page and the result. And because of she used, like, most of the time when I see her pages, I see that she likes to color with those mediums. So when I saw the result of her page, because she managed to color it first, like to finish it first, she really inspired me to try to do some shading with my alcohol markers. So that's what I decided here. I colored my page, the background, this part of the sky, with soft pastels, but because they weren't so intense, I used color pencils on top for more variety of colors. I don't know, to make the sky look more interesting, I think I use the same colors here on these clouds. And on top of the cloud, I decided to use an acrylic marker, but it's an Arctic's acrylic marker, and it's not too opaque. So you still can see the line, but at least it's more subtle than it used to be. So it doesn't drag your attention to the clouds. Because I wanted the main focus to be the red panda and the branch here, because I felt like, because of the composition, those elements were near to me than the other plants. So I did alcohol marker for these plants and all the rest, but I did a really simple shading on these two plants, and I did a heavy shading or more dramatic shading on my red panda and the branch, on the tree or branch that is here, because I wanted it to pop on my page. So here I have a reference picture that I found about red pandas, and I thought that the colors were really perfect for this one, because they were cohesive with my background. So it's no traditional colors red panda, but I think they still look cute. I love his little ears, and I use a little bit of acrylic marker here too to make a little like reflection of light, but not covering the lines. But this is really subtle. Like when I use acrylic markers, I use it for such little details, but I still use them. And yeah, there is nothing too fancy on this page because it was a quick one, but I really like the result. I think it shows the feeling I wanted to show. Like it shows me tranquility and calm. So I think I managed to achieve what I was going for. And thank you so much, KARU, for body coloring with me. It's always a pleasure, and I really enjoy our colorings together, so I hope we can color more in the future. Next page is in Wildflower Folk, and this is by Christine Caron, one of my favorite books on my collection. Actually, all of her books are on my top 10 of coloring books. One day I will need to do that video. Maybe before we finish the year, I'll be doing my top 10 coloring books in my collection. But I can, you know what, I can't decide which one is my favorite. So if I put them on a category on my top 10, maybe the 3 of them will be on the same spot because I can choose. But yeah, I've been coloring lately, so much coloring portraits. No, I've been enjoying a lot coloring portraits lately. And this is the page I've colored in this book. So I also use a reference images for this one, and this page was chosen as the book was chosen for the color along for November, and this is the page I end up coloring because I thought it was perfect for saying goodbye to all these spooky vibes of autumn, and I really like her. So I've used Neocolor tools on the background, and I did a really basic base with alcohol markers, and all the rest is Prismacolor pencils. And I use these two. So I use this Langwo gel pen in gold, and this other gold gel pen that is the Uniball Signal. But I use these two because the details on her hat are really small, at least the little lines of the branches. I don't know if you can see. They are really thin. So the language gel pen is for those details because it's really thin too. So like a really small tip. Focus. Okay. And then I use the Uniball Signal because I feel like this gel pen is really juicy. So I use it for the little circles. They almost look the same color. It's sparkly shiny. I like that. And nothing fancy. Nothing too complicated. I just wanted to make her pretty, and the color palette that I used was only to see how different combinations of purple I can use. I love that the jewels that she was using on the reference were like sapphires, like really blue, like royal blue. So that I decided to integrate that in here, and I make her eyes really blue too. I love how she looks. I really enjoy coloring faces more than skin in general. I like coloring faces. That's the most exciting part, and that's the first part that I do when I'm coloring a portrait. And the clothes, I try to integrate those gradients that she has on her clothes here and here. And as you can see, it has a light source, like this magic thing. It's technically a light source, but I didn't worry about integrating it with her on my shading because my priority was to make her pretty, and that's it. And to me, she looks pretty. I like the result. I wish I've used another color for the background to make it pop a little bit more. I mean her, but it looks good. Yeah, I'm happy with the result. And that's my third portrait in this book. So I colored this one before, and I've colored this other one. But I thought that when I was coloring this one and this other one, I felt like I was missing a background. So I decided this time to do a background, and I like it way better than my other two pages. So I will keep coloring backgrounds in this book. Oh, in my Christine Karen books. Next one is Little Folk by Christine Karen, another Christine Karen book, and this book was gifted to me. So a lovely friend of mine, she was a subscriber, and she's a really good friend. That was how we met. She surprised me with this happy mail, so she decided to give me this book and this other one right here. And I've shown these two books on my December plans, or winter coloring plans. But because I'm so grateful that I have these two books, I'm gonna show you those books again here. So she bought me Luna and Little Folk, and these both were on my wish list. And I love Luna. I really like this book, and I wanted to have it in my collection for a long time because I love the Maria Strolli's style of illustration in Luna and Moon Valley. If I'm feeling like coloring something detailed and with greenery or like florals and stuff and animals, kind of realistic but not too much, this book is really perfect for me. But I didn't color anything because I wasn't getting inspired to color something like autumn related yet, and I didn't find any winter pictures or pages that I can color. So I will be saving this book for spring. But then while I was flipping through this book, I found the perfect image to participate in the Color the Fairy Tales that is hosted by Jordi Colors. So the fairy tale that was chosen for November was the Frog Prince, and I saw this page and I thought I really want to color that one. So this is page I've colored, and I had this page printed because I bought it from her Etsy shop, like Christine Karen's Etsy shop. But because the paper isn't great, the paper I have at the moment for my prints is not the best, I was not feeling too inspired. But when I saw this page in this book, I was so happy and I started screaming. So yeah, I decided to color it right away. I used acrylic paints for the background outside because I really like how the colors were on the inside, and when I saw the white space outside like competing with the rest of the image, I thought maybe if I just a plain made color, it will make the center parts, like all the main illustration, to pop more. And yeah, so I use apertures on the background, and I had a reference for this one too. When I saw that reference, I knew that I wanted to use that texture on my background, and that's when I decided to use my apertures. And I love that is green. The illustration has green, but also sort of a cobalt green on it, so that I tried to integrate that on my illustration. So I use apertures on the background, creating a texture, something textury. And then I use alcohol markers as a base. Yes. And then Collyrium metallic watercolor. Collyrium metallic watercolor on the border, so it's shiny, super shiny. I love those watercolors. I want to get more sets of those. This is the set I have. This one, gold and silver, and the one I used almost every time I've used these watercolors is the Tibet gold. And what else? Oh yeah, and I use a Sakura Jelly Roll. Well, a different shades of the metallic green and the metallic red to make those details on the shiny details on the crown. On her crown, on his crown, on his medallion. And I don't know, but if you can see on the reference, there is no more colors than yellow and green and gold. So I decided to choose this like old rose color for her dress, because I didn't want it to do something red, and I wanted contrast. So yeah, I'm really happy with the result of the dress. Usually I don't color rose or pink stuff because I'm afraid I don't know how to do the shading with pink. But this time I think it looks kind of old rose, but it looks fine. And then I made him really vibrant. I normally don't use these colors in green. He looks kind of neon. But I think it was a good decision because he pops more than all the rest of the greenery. And I really like this illustration. I feel like it's one of my prettiest works I'm really proud of how it looks, and it's one of my best pages I feel this year. Yeah, I like it. Oh, and I have a lot of pages I want to color in this book for next well, not December, because I have I want to color in Wildflower Folk, and that book is untouched, and it has a really beautiful page for winter. This is my page. You're not here to see that, but I just want to show you. Wildflower Folk, Wildflower Folk. This one. Isn't it beautiful? She's so pretty, so I'm gonna be coloring her as soon as I finish my video. But yeah, for January I'll be coloring this one, maybe. Oh no, I think I have a body color plan for this one. And I also want to color or this one right here, Scratchy Sweater, or this Winter Warm. That is one of my favorite pages on the book. And the last book I have to show you, and the last page, it's in Mountain King by R.J. Hampson, and this was a body color with my friend Anika, or Axel Fumbles, yeah, sorry. And I'm gonna put on the screen her information too. She has a YouTube channel and an Instagram account, and I'm gonna put it on the screen so you can go check her work, because she's really talented and I really admire her. And I was really happy to start coloring, that we were going to body color, and it was my first page in this book, so I was really excited. So the story with this illustration is that, you know that the hardcover, like this one, it only has one set of images, right? But Anika had the paperback edition, and the paperback edition, as most of R.J. Hampson books, have two sets of images. So the first version, like the normal ones that are here on the hardcover version, and then the second set of images that have black backgrounds and subtle changes. So we picked a page, but she decided to color it on the second set of images, and I only color it on the only set that I have. And this is the page we colored. And yeah, look at the amazing job Anika did here on this side of on the screen. Like when she showed me her page, I was amazed and a little bit intimidated because I didn't finish mine when she finished hers. So yeah, I love her shading. I really enjoy watching her illustrations. It's so pleased to the view. That's how you say it. But in this time, with this illustration, of course, we went totally opposite. As you can see, she went for a nighttime scene, and I went for more like a golden hour scene. I don't know if it's sunset or like at the afternoon or at the morning, but what I wanted to achieve, it was the golden hour time. And I like that in her page how all the light is behaving with everything. Like you can see the moon reflecting on the water and also on the dragon, and you can see that the portal has this magic light around the door and everything. And then she also has the light source of the lantern. So it's everything that I like in a page. And I don't know, I just love how it looks and how moody it looks. Like you can feel the story when you see her page. So when you see my page, my lovely work, and yeah, I was a little bit intimidated by that, and I wasn't sure I could do something as impressive as she has done. But this is my page. I'm happy with the result. Kinda. I mean, muddy colors are fun because you can see two different ways that you can approach a page, but also you can see what things you can do better or different, more than better, what things you can do different in your next page. And well, I used soft pastels on the sky, only on the sky, because it was such a large space, and this paper is really good for pastels. And then I used color pencils on top to make the clouds, and my eraser to make the highlights. I was brave at the beginning, and I decided to do some shading with my alcohol markers. It wasn't great because I'm still new at those and I'm practicing, but I was able to fix whatever thing I didn't like with my color pencils. Here is you can see the alcohol marker. Look at that. That was really dark, and it still looked dark, but without the color pencil it looked worse. And I say that I was brave because usually I don't do light effects with alcohol markers or any other medium that is not color pencil, and I tried my best to create what I wanted to create in this page. I did use acrylic markers on this portal to create those like glow lights around, like if it was shining, I don't know. And I did the sun rays here, an idea of sun rays, and I wanted to create something interesting for the wall. So here I have my inspiration images. So I only use these inspiration images to see how the light reflects in everything and what colors I could have used for the background. Yeah, I'm still learning. And what else? Oh, and I found that other reference for the wall because I've never colored a brick wall before, and I didn't know how to do the texture of the rocks. So I found that illustration, and I found really interesting the texture of the sort of greenery on those rocks. So I decided to try to replicate it on my page using acrylic markers too. Yep. And that's it. I'm really happy with the result. I mean, I could have done better. Some people might say that I'm too hard with myself, but it's because I just see every page as an opportunity, and how to put it in this way. So I'm my own critic. I am my own critic, and every page is a learning experience. So next time I will see what I didn't do, what I did that I didn't like, and maybe I will try to not replicate it on the next page, and if I like something I can replicate it in a page too. So that was my very first page in this beautiful book. I love RJ Hansom's style. Look what I did. I forgot to put my paper, my protective paper, but I hope I can cover that. But yeah, I don't know if I will be coloring this until next season, but it's such a beautiful book. One of my favorites of RJ. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and for joining me for another month of completed pages. Kiwi. I really had a lot of fun coloring these pages, and even if I'm not always completely satisfied with every page, I truly enjoyed my coloring process. And the thing is that I see each page as an opportunity to learn and grow, and that's something that keeps me, excuse me, keeps me inspired month after month. I'm especially excited for what's coming next. I'm really excited to start my winter pages because winter is it's my favorite season, and I can't wait to start coloring all those cozy, magical, and holiday inspired illustrations that I plan for this month. And I also have so many ideas for December, for the future in general, like new videos, techniques I want to show you, or things I do that maybe will be helpful for you to know. And yeah, so stay tuned because I hope to have those coming soon. And thank you so much for being here with me. I really it really means a lot to you, for me, to like you take the time to watch my videos and spend a little bit of your day with me. I hope you enjoy keeping me company, and I hope this video brought you a bit of joy or inspiration. And let me know in the comments which one is your favorite page. I have my favorites. Probably the Frog Prince page, and the last one, the Mountain King one, because all of the effort I put on that page. Those are some of my favorites. And also the one with Delilah with my cat Kiwi. I don't know, I love all those 3 pages. Yeah, that's everything. Thanks again. Welcome to everybody that is new to the channel. I hope you have a wonderful time watching my videos, spending some time together, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.